Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. Boom, let's do this. Now, this is Mel Robinson. I think it's Tony Robbins' wife, as I recall. Anyhow, you're on default half the time of your life. Your brain goes on default. You're running on autopilot. Not good. Half your time, 46.9%.
Percent of the time. That's half of the day you're in autopilot mode. You've got two modes in the way in which your brain operates. The default mode and the direct mode.
Default mode. Are you going to go to that? Are you going to catch yourself? Boom, stop this and go into direct mode. It's a matter of state. It's a matter of habit. It's a matter of practice. Let's go in here and get to another spot here. She says, yeah, bad things are going to happen. That's just part of life. But how we handle them, that's where we need to be going at.
Thinking that bad things will happen, or thinking that you're out of shape, or thinking that you're a loser, or thinking that you're not worthy, or thinking that things aren't going to turn out. It becomes your default mode of thinking.
Boom. As Tony says, you need to break that, and you need to stop it and turn it around and get into positive mode and into a state of action. So how do you do that? It takes time, it takes process, it takes control, it takes work. It takes catching yourself and turning it around.
This is the work of changing the patterns in your mind. There's no other way to do it. And you can do it. Just like you could teach yourself to go from defaulting from being a lefty to being direct and concentrating and teaching yourself to write with your right hand. You can do it. It's going to require you to move from default or autopilot into a direct way of thinking. Autopilot's great when it's helpful. It's horrendous for you when it is working against you.
Boom, stop this. Stop this, turn around and get in habit. Catch yourself and turning it into something that is going to be productive state, powerful state, a worthwhile state. Takes practice. Catch yourself, turn it around. Get yourself into the state, get yourself into a ritual that will turn these things around, according to Tony Robbins. We're going to talk more about this in a moment. Part of this is your beliefs, part of this is your habits, part of this is your emotional state. It's all part of what you choose to do.
Your limiting belief. What is the thing that you think about yourself? Maybe your parents or your mother or your father taught you to think that way about yourself. Maybe you went through a horrible breakup and that person made you feel.
Looking at your past history is helpful, but you've got to connect with something that moves you forward, emotionally, physically, and otherwise. Okay. Now it gets into these three questions. You're going to ask yourself three questions. Now remember, they have to be powerful and emotionally connected. These three questions.
And they're very simple. What is this limiting belief in my case that I'm not a good person? What does it cost me in my past to think this way? What is it costing me in this present moment to think that I'm not a good person? And here's the kicker. If I don't evolve this, if I don't get deliberate, what is it going to cost me in the future to continue to think that I'm not a good person? You can't.
What's it going to cost you? What's it cost you in the past? What's it cost you presently? What is it going to do to cost you in the future? Are you going to get where you need to go with that limiting belief? Those answers are no. So, boom, you got to stop yourself, turn it around, get into a positive state, act on it in a way that aggressive, progressive, professional people do to get results. You've got to do it. There's no other way. You've got to take full responsibility, turn around, and turn it into a positive state of action. So Mel says, now that you've spotted it, you understand it, you got to stop it. You got to turn around. Your job is to spot it, stop it, turn it around.
Get rid of the default until you actually spot it. And now that you've seen it, I want you to realize for the rest of your life, you have a job. And your job is to make sure that when that default network kicks back up and you start to murmur that you're too old, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, That is a moment where you have got to do a mindset reset.
Do a mind reset. You got to do it. You got to get into that state and turn it around. No one else can do that. You got to be totally responsible for it and do it. Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. We'll talk more about this reset mode, about turning things around. But you have to recognize that you've got to get out of this default state that isn't moving you forward. Take full responsibility for it and turn it around. Again, this is Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. This had 948,000 views. So she's got some good following and she's got some good views on this. Remember, you got to turn it around. Good day. Stop and realize that when you're in default, you're not in direct. You're going on autopilot, and it's not powerful enough to push you where you need to go. You need to stop that, turn around, and get in a more powerful state that will get you results, will turn things around, and will move you in a direction you want to go. Say these things in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Take full responsibility. Only you can do it. Good day.